Hi everyone, it's Chi, aka the pinkest jacket on Astrocade. It's a game making engine almost like an exclusively platformer Roblox, and as of recording, they've hosted a contest for making the best Olympic sports game. Here's the making of my entry. I actually got started on a few elements already before I decided to record, but here we are. I'm not sure how I can get that wrestler at the edge of the screen, and you can't really see it, but I've been tapping around for the past. Oh. Oh, you can do that! That's hilarious! I'm sorry! Oh, that's also a gripe I have with the controls of this thing. The joystick and the text zones tend to overlap like that. Is that the right word? And it gets me to tap on the message zones by accident, but I'm sure it's something that the team can fix, hopefully. I'm playtesting the jumps over here. Because now I have a baseline for how far I can put the extra pots for a later part of the game. And also, these were supposed to be pottery shards, but they look pretty fugly from my prompts, so I just went with these tinier pots instead, which are named ancient urns. Let me just copy them a little higher, like this. And maybe the player will try to jump and get them, but they won't be able to reach them. Yeah, there we go. I'll show you the other elements with a quick playtest, because there's something I want to show you that can only be displayed in play mode. Welcome to the Olympics. May the gods be ever in your favor. And there's this Hercules fan who can give you a little more background information if you ask him these questions. Oh, what would you like to know about Hercules? He was actually supposed to be Hercules, but the game kind of read it different. The engine kind of read it differently. Oh, so he founded them as a tribute to Zeus. But I did not train him to say that, by the way. The AI can make up those responses on their own. Oh, let's ask, what was his favorite labor? It was capturing the Erymanthian boar. Well, that's maybe because Hercules didn't have to kill the boar. He had to, like, trap it in snow instead because, the king who got him on the task wanted the boar alive, I guess? Yeah. I'm just showing you here the way I coded him to operate. And it took some trial and error with it because before he would pick one of the 3 questions to ask me as if I were Hercules. It was even supposed to be Hercules, but I don't know, it always made him like a fan or something instead. Anyway, just finishing up the code. Did you start the games? Which god do I pray for victory? Which labor was your favorite? The engine is quote-unquote granting my wish by processing the prompt. And we have the Hercules character. Wait, where the hell is he? Yeah, there we have the Hercules character. With the following backstory, interaction, and personality. I even get XP from that. So that's fun. Here, I'll show you what it's been like before. You know, which labor was your favorite? It asks me that question instead of letting me ask the 3 questions that I put, you know? I guess it took it as, oh, either use this question, or that question. That's probably it. See, it does that. But still, the branching choices are really fun here. I play a lot of choice of game stuff, for example, and that's entirely text, which is what gets me to wonder if Astrocade will pursue any visual novel routes with this, because interacting with characters like this is really fun. I also have a lot of land to cover over here, so I'm adding more pots on the bottom and the top. Oh yeah, and I also moved the wrestler closer to put something else on the other end. Whee! And finished. I'm playtesting the pots here, and now would be a good time to discuss my themes. I saw Olympics, and immediately thought, let's make something more accurate to the theme. Let's make an ancient Olympic simulator thing, complete with a sprint, a wrestler like you see here. I'm tossing dust in his eyes in universe to more easily take him down. So I had the Herc fan for extra content, as well as an Athena Parthenos replica, because realistically it would have been too big to fit through the Parthenon door. A fun fact, the games in my version are taking place outside of it. I'm trying to add a discus weapon, although I'm taking more liberties with its implementation. Like, I wish I could hit a grandfather in the audience bleachers with something like that. Anyway, okay, it's granting my wish. Let's see what it looks like. I kinda wanna get rid of that thing sticking out on the side. Ooh, it gave me XP. I'll redo that prompt, actually. Ooh, it leveled me up. Let's go check out what I got. Freestyle creations! Okay, that's nice. Wait, nag-save ba siya? Okay, okay, it's saved. It's saved. It's good. It's good. Whew. Tara, let's make that discus again. Granting wish. Okay, it's actually nice. Yeah, I can dig it. There's also an issue I find with like the layering of certain items. I wish I could put the discus behind the pot so it looks like it's inside, but it's okay. Oh, you know pali. See, got a discus. I can beat him out of existence. Oh, there we go. Toss it, get wrecked. I'm gonna have to fix that mechanic because I don't want the disc glitching into the player's hand. I might have an idea for that one, but you know, it's just really fun to beat the brains out of this wrestler. Let's make this pot bigger and put it there. The in-universe explanation is that I have all of the tinier shards, and every player has to put the shards on the giant pot. They have to compile it onto the giant pot. That's the in-universe explanation, but here it's just to block the discus from being immediately being found and immediately being usable. Well, it's not really an issue if it's found yet or not, but it would be nice to keep it somewhere until it's discovered. Meanwhile, I'm gonna put more pots on the ground, actually. That's what the discus game is gonna look like. Throwing it at pots to destroy them in like the fastest time possible. I tried to put a power up here so that I could turn my character into some kind of Mario character. Or, you know, you can stomp on enemies to deal damage, but I guess I can't do that, so dust in the eye as it is. I'll put a message zone here so that it's easier for the player to figure out what to do with the giant pot. Like, the pot has the discus inside, but the inside is dirty. Maybe you should dust it. Here I am, coding the next character that I'm using, which you can probably see on the screen. It is Hermes! So he decided to lend his flying shoes in the race. In the race, huh? In the Olympic Games. He put his shoes in there, but they're kind of broken from this adventure that he embarked upon. So he lended them for the games, and the player can use them to their advantage. Where is he? Yeah, it takes a few seconds to load depending on how fast your phone is, but yeah, that's Hermes. I'm gonna put him right next to the pots because that's where he's gonna hide his winged sandal. XP is yummy in my tummy. I left my shoes in one of the pots to help you double jump later, yeah. Oh no. Wait, why do I have the discus? Why do I have the discus? The discus is right there! Yeah, that's a glitch that I found out during the making of this thing. Yeah, I randomly get the discus at the weirdest times. Also, the sandal is not so visible in this playthrough. I'm fixing that a little later, but yeah, that's essentially how it goes. I get the sneaker, and I can double jump now. I took a break by playing everyone else's games for inspo, but here's a Google wallpaper I made for the occasion! I'm the Pinkest Jacket, and my best game on the site is Wormwood High. Get to know the clubs, the characters, and collect all the spare change. Remember to ask for the soda. I also made Crown Chase, where you take back the crown and use its power to ward off the guards and make your escape. And there is Heist with a Hex, that's a work in progress. I hope to finish that soon. And all of these games are possible with today's sponsor, Astrocade. Actually, hashtag not spawn. I'm just kidding about the sponsorship. The first platform to make the creation of games and interactive experiences easy enough for a world of creators to share their ideas in minutes. Here's their website. And join the Discord. Okay, we gotta get back into this. Let's go! I spent an ungodly amount of time coding this Muse character that I was just putting there to flesh out the world. She was supposed to appear after you interacted with the Athena Parthenos statue. And you got to ask her which muse she was out of the 9 muses. You could ask her which god to pray to. There was even an option that I put there where you could, like, flirt with her, stuff like that. But she kept picking out of those 3 questions, even if I changed up the coding a lot. The muse in the game today, I wasn't able to film it, I kind of dumbed her down a little. She's Cleo, the muse of history, and she asks you which one of the traditional Olympic Games was your favorite. I don't know, it doesn't pack the same weight as which god to pray to or the flirting thing, but it was still pretty fun. And I mean, technically, if you flirted with one of the muses, you'd either get an Orpheus or blasted in the face by Apollo, so I totally get that. Okay, this has to be it. This has to be it. Please. Oh my god. What? No! Okay. Why is it doing this? What? Why? Okay. Oh yeah, the title you see on the screen now, there's an explanation for that. My information, by the way, is from the Penn Museum. To quote, the ancient Olympic Games began in the year 776 BC, when Coroebus, a cook from the nearby city of Elis, won the Stadion race, a foot race 600 feet long. According to some literary traditions, this was the only athletic event of the Games for the first 13 Olympic festivals, or until 724 BCE, which is now the name of the game. That's why I eventually changed it. Speaking of the game, I forgot to show you guys the mechanics, so I'll post them on the screen right now. Here's my final playtest. A Hercules fan is competing. He might have useful info.
Hercules himself was a demigod, but for victory in battle you might want to pray to Athena, the goddess of wisdom and war. His favorite labor was capturing the Erymanthian boar. He enjoyed the challenge and the thrill of the hunt.
Athena Parthenos watches over the athlete who uses their wit over brute strength. Proceed with caution. It's fun, this is fun. I love it. Okay. First up, sprinting. Run until you get to the next
Collect
pillar.
all the pot
Ready,
shards
set,
and bring them
go.
to the end of the map to create one giant pot.
It's the same vibes as
You have slain an enemy.
There you go. The other pots are high. Just high enough. Do. Finish off that wrestler with your bare hands. Come back to this area for the long jump after the discus throw. Go, champ! Defeated the wrestler?
Throw the discus
Now
to
head over
destroy
to
the
the big
pot.
pot.
The pot has the discus inside, but the inside is dirty.
Maybe you should dust it.
I left my shoes in one of the pots. They'll help you double jump later.
It's so corny now that I look back. Finish off that wrestler and the wrestler is dead, bro. And you win! And that's how you win 724 BCE. Here I am just updating my title and description. The loading picture that you're seeing right now, I almost couldn't publish the game because of that. Well, not really because of that, but as long as the picture was loading, it wouldn't let me publish. So I went onto the Discord, reached out to the devs, and they offered to publish it for me. Another reason you should join the Astrocade Discord and use Astrocade today! The title of the game is 724 BCE. Step into the shoes of an ancient Greek athlete and compete in one of the ancient Greek Olympic Games. Hashtag Greek Olympics. Actually, wait, I changed up the description in the final, thing. So, I'll just put my Discord message on the screen so that you guys can read it. As of recording this, the devs have yet to come back to me, but I can't wait to see my game among the rest of the contenders, yes! So yeah, 724 BCE is my entry for the Olympic Sports Contest, and I hope you enjoyed watching my whole process as well as the game itself. Download Astrocade today to experience games made by creators like me, and join the Discord.
Thank you for your offering and have a nice day.